Hello and welcome to the Daily Dose of Awesome. How are you? This is your live 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education to get your day started right with Elite Marketing Pro. I'm super excited to be here and very honored that I've been asked to share with you again. And as you are coming in, drop a comment in below where you're coming from. Let's see who we've got coming in. Jill. Awesome. Lindsay, Melinda. Hi guys, nice to see you. We're all piling in. Perfect. Katrina, hello. Awesome video you did, by the way, for the community, Katrina. That was awesome. Thank you for that contribution. Al, hello. Michelle, you guys, it's a great day, a great Wednesday, right? So a question I have for many of you, I want you to kind of think and dig a little deep on if you've ever had these thoughts. Now, some of us probably haven't voiced what they are, but we do have them. And so, yes, Katrina, it was awesome. It's helped a ton of people. I appreciate you doing that. It was awesome. So I want you to think really quickly if you've ever had these thoughts in building your business, especially online, because you're supposed to be building a following and in the niche, becoming an expert, okay? So if you have thought to yourself, who's going to listen or follow me? Drop a number 1 down below. Okay. Hi, David. Nice to see you. What about I'm not a top earner? How am I an expert? Okay. Drop a number 2 if you've ever had that thought. Hi, Betsy, Florida, David, NL, Chris. Hi, guys. Exciting stuff. How about I haven't made any money in this space yet? Who am I to give other people advice and position myself as an expert? Drop a number 3 down below if you've ever had that thought as well. Okay, I kind of want to we're going to dig into this a little bit as to why these come up and how to get rid of them. Awesome. Betsy, number 2. Hi, Eric. Callan, nice to see you. Hope all is well over in Romania. Hi, Steve. Melinda. Fran. Okay, yeah, we're getting some 3s. Awesome. So obviously, there are a lot of opinions on what creates a leader. But today, I'm going to actually break it down, the 10 behaviors that make a leader, okay, or create a leader, right? So there's behaviors that leaders do that you can adopt and add into what you're doing and even grow on those more and make it so that you become a leader faster, okay? So these thoughts that you're having, I want you to first just recognize they're there and become aware that that they're there, right? Just become aware that we all have them. Even as we grow and make money and, you know, grow and we're successful, we still have these thoughts, okay? These thoughts are always going to come up, this self-doubt, right? And so obviously, like I said, there's a lot of things that creates a leader, but the one I want to talk to you about first is a leader is someone that gives out value before they ask for anything in return. Okay, so how many of you that makes sense to? Hi, Courtney. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Jan. So a leader is someone that gives out free value before they ask for anything in return. And this would also apply to if you want to call them the expert, right? So you might be asking yourself, okay, what's value? What is value? And we're going to get into that in a second. But first of all, I want to talk about these 10 things that really are going to help you move forward as a leader and become an expert in your niche. Number 1 is be attractive. Now, do I mean you need to be pretty? No, I do not. This is not the kind of attractive that I am looking for the online space or even building your network marketing company. Although it is a good idea to look good if you are going to be dealing with people. Obviously, you want to put your best foot forward. However, the kind of attraction I mean is the alpha quality that Mike Dillard talks about in his book, Magnetic Sponsoring. And if you haven't read it, it's a fabulous book. I suggest you get a copy of it. I kind of heard a little rumor that he was taking it down. So I don't know if you have it, if you have not, just grab it as soon as you can. I got it off Amazon a couple weeks ago and I really enjoyed reading it. So being attractive is not only a lifestyle, but it's how you market in your business, okay? So attracting people to you is providing value first, right? So you give out free value and it's going to attract the right kind of people to you, okay? This is how you get quality people coming to you by the amount and the quality of value you give out. All right, so you provide value first. That's how you become attractive. The second point in our 10 things that we want to do to become a leader is figure out what your unique selling point is. Okay, now everybody's different, right? How many of you know your unique selling point? Let's see, drop a number 4 down below if you know your unique selling point. Okay, let's see if we can get some 4s going on. If you don't know your unique selling point yet, that's okay, right? It's something you're going to have to figure out. Okay, my unique selling point is I'm good with people, right? That's one of my unique selling points. Okay, so it's up to you to figure it out, right? What your unique selling point is. So when you first start out in marketing, you're going to suck. When you first start building your business online, it's just how it is. You're just going to suck, and it's okay because everyone did at one time or another, right? Everybody goes through this same thing. You got to be good before you're great, and so you're going to suck, right? So you're going to go from suck to good to great. Okay, and this will really decide if you're going to make or break your career in online marketing or network marketing. Is if you decide to power through when you suck. Okay, now a lot of people, they learn marketing and they think it's too hard, right? They're like, this is too hard. This isn't for me because I didn't make $1 billion in 30 days, right? They didn't set realistic expectations. Okay, and I don't love the word realistic, but in this kind of what we're talking about, realistic is what this needs to be, because you have to start from where you are. There is a starting point wherever you are, and you're going to go from A to B, and your A to B is set in stone, and the only way to get through it is to power through. Okay, is this making sense? Drop some yeses down below or give me some love. Okay, so when you set expectations that are realistic, this is a long-term strategy for building your business. Okay, this is not a get-rich-quick deal, right? You're not going to be rich in 30 days doing this. And leaders know they're in this for the long haul. Okay, so they're in it for the long haul. Oh, that's why my comments are frozen again. Jan, you've covered that suck part. Me too, right? I get that. Hi, Teresa. Nice to have you. Hi, Terry. Okay, so leaders know that they're in it for the long haul, right? They have a vision for their future, and they understand where they're going. Everybody sucks when they get started, and eventually it will get easier. Okay, I promise. And if you are like me, it might take you a lot of work. If you think about like when you were in high school or college, a lot of the kids could just like pull it off and they're amazing, right? I remember one in particular that I went to school with. She was amazing. She just mastered everything. Like she got straight A's. She was like the valedictorian. I didn't see her study, right? I just saw what her results were. So if you look at kind of how that works, it's the work that people put into it. Now, for me to be a straight A student, it's not that hard, especially in high school. But in college, I had to put forth an effort. Okay, so anything that is worth it is always uphill. Okay, that's a John Maxwell deal. So anything that's worth of value is always uphill. You're going to have to work for it. Okay, so knowing where you're going is the next piece of this. Now, leaders believe they are going straight to the top, and nobody can talk them out of it. It doesn't matter if somebody disagrees. Okay. Nothing is going to stop them. So I want you to give me a high five if you promise that nothing will stop you. If you're a leader, nothing will stop you. So I want to see some 5s come across. See what we got. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. So I've seen some number 5s come across. Great. Maybe there was one. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to have to come back and interact with you guys. And oh, there we go. Yeah, now they're starting to show up. Okay. So your prospects are not interested in following somebody that doesn't have the belief. If they don't know where they're going, then your prospects are not going to follow you. And they can actually sniff this out more than anything else that you're putting out there. If you don't have the belief in what you're doing and you don't believe that you are going to the top, your prospects will come in. They'll know, right? They'll know, and they're not going to follow you because they don't want to follow somebody that doesn't know where they're going. And as a result, they're not going to do business with you. Okay. So being a leader and knowing you're going to make it as an entrepreneur is the only way you're going to succeed doing this. Okay. So that's that piece. Consistency is the next part of this. This is one of the biggest things that will determine if you have success as an entrepreneur. Okay. Everyone here at Elite Marketing Pro has access to the same info. So tell me why only 20% will have massive success and reach their goals. Is it because they're better looking? Is it because they have more time than you? Is it because they're smarter? Okay, no, it's because they're consistent, right? And if it takes you more work to get what it takes me to get done what I get done, then that's where you have to grow as a leader. Make sense? Okay, drop me some love if that's making sense. Okay, so people that have massive success, they take massive action consistently, right? Now that means if you have 2 or 3 or even 1 hour a day to build your business, you are doing that every day, day in and day out, even on the stuff that's not pretty. Guys, it's not always fun. We don't love everything we do about our business, right? But day in and day out, consistency is what's going to move you forward in your business and for you to become a leader. The next part is no excuses. Leaders never make excuses. In fact, leaders, they never share their struggles, no matter how bad the struggle is, okay? They know words have power, and vocalizing those, it actually creates more problems. It makes it worse, basically. And the time to share your story, because there's always a time to share your story. There's always a time to share your struggles. This is how you relate to other people. But the time to share your struggles is after you've created success. Okay, so if you're in the trenches and you're just hammer it out, and it's sucking right now. If you're in Suckville, you don't want to be telling people you're in Suckville. Okay, you want to just power through. It doesn't mean you have to pretend everything's great, because you do not. But just power through what you're doing. Okay, now I'm not saying you don't want to talk to people close to you, like your spouse, maybe a business partner, somebody that you work really closely with, that you're in Suckville, because you obviously need to work through those feelings. But don't blast how miserable you are all over Facebook, all over everything that you do. Okay, is this making some sense to you guys? Yes, like attracts like, speaks positively all times. This is true. I love that. That's great. Okay, and remember to stay humble and grateful for where you are, because someone would love to be where you are. Someone right now doesn't know about Elite Marketing Pro. They are still building their business old school, and they're totally hating it. They're totally miserable, and they're thinking about quitting. So it's our job to teach them about Elite Marketing Pro, or another way to build their business. Okay, so always be grateful and humble, because somebody would rather be where you are than when they are right now. Okay. The next piece is stay in the trenches. Being a leader isn't about commanding people to go do it, okay? You don't just boss people around. It's being willing to get your hands dirty, work with your team, and show them how this is done. And never forget where you come from, and be willing to do the work, okay? So drop me a number 6 if you guys are willing to be in the trenches and do the work with your teams. Okay, the next piece is being a servant. Now, leaders usually serve first above anything else. Okay, and they live to serve people. Their goal is to help as many people move forward as they possibly can. And being a servant does not mean that you are a doormat. Okay, so don't take this wrong. You cannot let people walk all over you. In fact, there is a very fine line between serving and totally being taken advantage of. So make sure that you know the difference. You need to take care of yourself first. Now, something that kind of stood out to me over the weekend at the Fast Track to Freedom workshop in Orlando, JT Dibble shared a story about how when you get on the airplane, right, and they go through their whole safety thing, and it says, hey, if the cabin pressure changes, put your mask on first before you help others. There's a reason for that, and it's the same way building your business. You have to put yourself first, because if you don't, you won't have anything to give it to anybody else. Okay, so is that making sense? Give me some love if that's making sense. So fill yourself up first and serve others well. The next piece of this is responsibility, okay? And leaders are 100% responsible for their successes and their failures. They never blame anybody. They're the only one that they hold accountable for if this worked or if this didn't work, okay? So make sure that you keep that power. You are totally responsible for your success or your failure. It's not anybody else's fault, okay? Value their time. Leaders put a tremendous value on their time because they cannot get it back. And you might be pulled in 1,000 different directions, right? You got family, you've got work, you've got husbands, you've got house, you've got, everything else that you're doing, right? And your time is like, you feel like you've been pulling in 50 different directions. But leaders take control of their time. They actually stick to a schedule, and they have a calendar, and they stick to it, okay? If the calendar says write an email, they write an email. If the calendar says, do appointments, they do appointments. If the calendar says do cold calls, they do cold calls. Don't do cold calls, okay? Just use Elite Marketing Pro to attract people to you instead of having to cold call. But you kind of get the point, right? Own your time and make no exceptions. This means that you are going to have to give up some things that are good to have a life that is great. Okay, you can't do everything. It's just a law. It's just how it is. Okay, there are leaders, the ones that believe in themselves. This is the invest, learn, and teach. Okay, you're going to invest and you're going to learn and you're going to teach. And the leaders that invest, learn, and then teach are actually the ones that are moving forward. Okay, because most of us invest and we learn, but we don't end up teaching it. So if you can learn to teach it, you are going to grow as a leader way faster. All right. So I want you to drop the BS stories of who's going to listen to me. Who am I to teach people this? I haven't made any money. Why would nobody like what I do? These stories your brain makes up, and they are complete BS. Seriously. So stop listening to the voices in your head and reprogram yourself. Things like, what can I do better? What worked? What didn't? And what might I do different to make this work? Okay, be resourceful and you'll be able to figure this out. So all of these strategies take time to develop and to implement into your life, all right? And it's not going to be overnight. And for you to think that you can take these 10 things and just implement them all and be a leader in 7 days is totally crazy, right? You're going to have to take 1 or 2 and really master them and then move on to the next ones. All right, so applying these strategies in your life will automatically carry over into your marketing. Okay, so if you're applying these things into your life, it's going to go into your business, it's going to go into your life, it's going to be interchangeable. And remember, leaders make money in business because of their value, and become a person of value and you'll have success in your life. And I wanted to close out with this quote, and it's really, this is something that always stands out for me, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Do not seek to be a person of success, rather become a person of value. So this is Albert Einstein. So I hope that helped you guys. If you are new to Elite Marketing Pro and this is your first time seeing us, you're going to want to click on the link with whoever shared this with you. There'll be a link in the title, and you'll be able to get a free boot camp that is going to talk to you a little bit more about traction marketing and getting people coming to you instead of chasing your friends and family. And I appreciate you guys being here. Share this with anybody that needs this message, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.